Well, the cover-up is complete. I told you folks this guy was going to get off, and he did. Sure enough. Well, it's my opinion that the sheriff and this commander and his people, including the DA, it's my opinion that they intimidated these people at the Christie's Toy Box, and therefore the charges were dropped on this commander, who's also the CEO of Elite Protection Services. So DeWitt, Commander Deputy Dimwit DeWitt. Okay, as the story was reported, the guy and his date, and by the way, his date made a statement, and in her statement, she said they were walking up and down the aisle, and everything that she picked up, he was griping with her about it, and he was stating that the toy was bigger than him. In other words, what I assume from that is that he was saying his penis was much smaller than the toys that she wanted to play with. Okay, and so he was threatening to backhand her, allegedly. And the clerk says, "Hey, dude, out of here. Knock it off or get out of here." Okay, and so allegedly the deputy turns into super knucklehead and gets in a fight with the clerk. All right, and so after he beats the clerk bloody, allegedly, the clerk throws something, a dildo, at him as he's running out the door or whatever, and the guy turns around, Commander DeWitt turns around and says, "Hey, I have you locked up," and all this stuff. "I'm an officer of the law, man, assaulting an officer." "Oh, yeah." All right. And so now the videotape is missing. And this KFOR, Oklahoma's News 4, they have been covering for this dirty deputy the whole time. Now, I want you guys to keep this in mind. This deputy, again, you can even see from the report how they've whitewashed it. They don't even mention the fact that, what the altercation was about. They don't mention the fact that he rage speeds off, allegedly, gets pulled over immediately. Was he drunk driving? I don't know. In my opinion, he sure looks like he was wasted. He sure acts like he was wasted, in my opinion. Okay, so, and also his buddies, they confer, one cop department to another, they confer, "Oh yeah, it's DeWitt." They come get DeWitt. So, no charges. 10 days later, they have cleared him, deputy cleared, in fight with Christie's Toy Box clerk. Corruption. Super corruption. And this guy's an extremely dangerous dude.
No charges will be filed after a fight inside a Metro adult novelty shop.
A Potawatomi County deputy accused of beating a clerk there bloody, but video of the incident nowhere to be found.
Whoa! Dylan Brown is back on the story tonight. Dylan?
That's right, Heather, Kevin. It's a surprising story at Christie's Toy Box. Did Deputy David DeWitt get hit with a sex toy, then attack, or attack before, with no video evidence and nobody to...
What do you think? Do cops lie? Look at DeWitt. Let's take a look at DeWitt, and let's think about this. Look at DeWitt's eyes. He looks very inebriated to me. But DeWitt didn't get any inebriation charges. In fact, he didn't get any charges after beating this man bloody.
To testify, the Cleveland County DA says he cannot be charged for now.
This is completely made up BS by the Christie's clerk.
K4 sat down with David DeWitt and his attorney, Scott Adams. DeWitt, a Potawatomi County commander, arrested at a Christie's Toy Box, allegedly beating up the store clerk before getting hit by a sex toy.
David never did a phone to the clerk until the clerk threw him out and hit David in the side of the head.
Police would find the clerk battered and bloody.
Is it really acceptable for a commander of the sheriff's department to react that way when a sex toy gets thrown at his head?
He'll beat the guy half.
Well, where's the answer? Where's DeWitt's answer? Where's Elite Protection Services, man? Can you imagine having that guy protect you or your company? Or having people under him, trained by him? He is a depraved idiot as far as I can tell.
to death if that's what he wanted to do, and it could really hurt the individual, and he didn't.
The clerk was the one to call
He could have really hurt the individual. He could have killed him because he's above the law, right? Allegedly.
for help.
Why did David stick around and wait for the police?
The clerk was the one that told him he didn't need to, and David felt totally safe because of the cameras. If there's anything I'm sure that David regrets is that he didn't call 911 right then.
But no video has come out. Adams says this has somewhat ruined DeWitt's reputation.
Somewhat ruined his reputation? No, it hasn't. KFOR has whitewashed it. The local sheriff, his boss, was like, literally, there's a report with him saying, I'll call you, take some time off, go home, sleep. You know, he didn't say sleep it off, but you know what I mean? He could tell this guy was, you know what I mean? We can all tell. Allegedly.
K4 tried from the start, though, to get David's side.
Does David DeWitt live here? Okay.
Nice mansion there, DeWitt.
Doing the same for Christie's, who says they're working with authorities. Friday, the Cleveland County DA confirmed no charges will be filed, at least on current evidence available. The DA stating due to conflicting statements, an unwillingness from those involved to testify, and a lack of forensic evidence, we were unable to file charges based.
Intimidation is what I think. Intimidation. So, all right, David DeWitt, CEO of Elite Protection Services, Mr. Elite himself. What a quality individual. I think not. Typical dirty deputy working for a dirty sheriff. Well, they're all in on it. They're all patting each other on the butt. KFOR is helping them out. The DA is helping them out. Allegedly. Well, I believe that Deputy DeWitt is a dimwit, and all this over a dildo makes him a dildo, in my opinion. Dumbass. Dang, we've got some real bad apples here today. So, I just read this story about this Miramar police officer strangling his wife, and then I went on YouTube here to try to find it and typed in police officer after allegedly strangling wife in Miramar. Look at all this stuff that comes up. Wow, man. There's a bunch. But it looks like this old boy here, police officer arrested after allegedly strangling girlfriend in Miramar. So another cop drives by and sees this guy strangling his woman, jumps out, pulls him off, saves the day, only to find out that it was another cop that he was pulling off of this woman. Well, I think if that cop had, if he had known that was another cop, or if that guy beating this woman was in a uniform, that other cop would have just pulled up and gotten in a few licks of his own. That's just what I think.
Now at 5, a Miramar police officer finding himself on the wrong side of the law. Authorities say it's all in connection to a domestic violence incident involving his girlfriend.
Marissa Bagg is live in Miramar with details on the allegations. Marissa.
Well, investigators say that this all started with a verbal argument between this officer and his girlfriend, that it escalated into something physical and only ended when an off-duty police officer from Medley just so happened to be driving by, saw what was going on, then he went over and pulled the officer off of his girlfriend. Miramar police officer Orlando Marrero spent the day in jail charged with battery by strangulation. Hialeah police say Marrero attacked his girlfriend, wrestling her, wrapping his hands around her throat, and even placing her in a headlock at one point, making it hard for her to breathe. Court documents show it all started with a verbal argument about Marrero wanting to end the relationship and move out of the home the two shared together. The police report says that the victim had to fight to get away and out of Marrero's grasp several times, and the encounter only ended when an off-duty Medley police sergeant happened upon the scene and got involved. That off-duty officer said that the victim had bruising and scratch marks around her arms and shoulders. Officers arrested Marrero. He has since been relieved relieved of duty. Miramar Police Department Chief Delrish Moss released a statement today saying in part, "The Miramar Police Department takes incidents of this nature very seriously, and we want to assure you that we are dedicated to upholding the highest standard."
Yeah. Okay, so he's in a little bit of trouble, but I'll bet he'll get another job just in the town over. So there's your story, folks, on that guy. More to come. Thanks for tuning in to the Bad Apple Report here at Home on the Range, and thanks for hitting the like button. Please subscribe and share this video with your friends.